We are looking at a transverse section again in the thorax. Yes, in the thorax again. So what do we see there? You see this diagram. We have taken a transverse section of thorax. Where did you take the transverse section of thorax? See the level and look at the diagram. So this is the diagram. What is the diagram showing? Let us magnify. See, this is the vertebra posteriorly. If you say there is a vertebra posteriorly, there is a spine of the vertebra posteriorly, fine. What is in front of the vertebra? You remember what was there in front of the vertebra? It is the esophagus. Now, if you say esophagus is in front of the vertebra, fine. Then what is in front of the esophagus? If you say in front of the esophagus, then you have to look at the hilum of the lung now. Hilum of the lung. Hilum of lung. What is there in the hilum of lung? See, this is going to be the hilum of lung on this side and hilum of lung on that side. I want you to understand the arrangement of the structure at the hilum of the lung. These structures are going to enter the lung. See, this is the one of the lung here, and then you can see the other lung is there. So these are the two lungs, yes, and there are some structures which are entering and leaving. Yes, those structures which enter and leaving are at the hilum of lung. Remember, bronchus is most posterior. Bronchus is most posterior. If you say bronchus is most posterior, bronchus is most posterior at the hilum, then what is most anterior? See, the veins, they don't want to be compressed, so they prefer staying anterior. You mean to say pulmonary veins? Yes, the pulmonary veins you see here. So, but veins you are showing in red color. How come? Veins, pulmonary veins, they bring the oxygenated blood from the lung. Okay, that's why it is shown in red color. Yes, you see, they are in red color here. So you are mentioning that this is the pulmonary veins more anteriorly. Yes, and what is sandwich between the vein anterior and the bronchus posterior? So this was the pulmonary vein. Yes, right pulmonary vein, and that is the left pulmonary vein. And what is sandwich between the vein anterior and bronchus posterior? If veins are anterior and bronchus is posterior, in the middle you have the pulmonary artery. So this is going to be the pulmonary artery here. Yes, this is the pulmonary artery. See, I just want you to understand the arrangement of the structures of the hilum. Who is most posterior? Bronchus. Who is most anterior? The pulmonary veins. And what is sandwich between the two? Pulmonary artery. Now, if you have that orientation, let us look at the front view of the patient, the individual. And when you're looking at the front view, again, what do you see? What I see is esophagus posteriorly. And what is in front of the esophagus? In front of esophagus, you'll have the trachea anteriorly. Okay, that is not the concern here. Concern is there is 4 pulmonary veins, 4 pulmonary veins, and they will be called as superior pulmonary vein, inferior pulmonary vein. Superior pulmonary vein, inferior pulmonary vein. So this 2 on the right side and 2 on the left side, 4 pulmonary veins, yes, and they are called the superior and inferior. But as I said, the veins don't want to get compressed, so they prefer staying anterior. What is behind the veins? The artery branches. Which artery branches? That is the pulmonary artery branches. And what will be still behind that? Still behind that will be the bronchus. We have discussed bronchus is most posterior. So bronchus is most posterior. Yes. And veins are most anterior. Yes. This is the thing we wanted to know. As you see, this is the pulmonary artery and this is the pulmonary trunk giving the pulmonary artery branches and which are going to enter hilum of the lung. And what is this? This is the left-sided superior pulmonary vein. This is left-sided inferior pulmonary vein. The most anterior structure of the hilum here. So this is superior and inferior pulmonary vein. Yes. Where's the bronchus? Bronchus, we said it is more posterior. This is bronchus. It is more posterior. So most posterior, the hilum is bronchus. Yes. Now understand the arrangement of this structure from the medial view of the lung. If you're looking at the medial view of the lung, then you can see the arrangement. Actually, we will draw this diagram, but the point is that again, the veins are anterior and inferior. Superior, inferior, but more anterior. The veins are superior, inferior, but more anterior. And who is most posterior? Most posterior is the bronchus. So bronchus is most posterior. Yes, you see, on either lung. So you're looking at the medial view of the right lung here. Yes. And medial view of the left lung there. Yes, this is left lung and that is the right lung. So you are going to draw the left lung and the right lung hilum. Yes, you see. We have discussed that bronchus is most posterior. So when you say bronchus is most posterior, fine. What is anterior? Anterior, we have discussed that there will be some veins anterior. And what are these veins? Superior pulmonary vein and inferior pulmonary vein on either side. So here also superior pulmonary vein, inferior pulmonary vein. Yes, superior pulmonary vein and inferior pulmonary veins. Now if you say so, what about the artery? You will see that there is arrangement of structures in such a way that artery is more superior. You mean to say pulmonary artery? Yes, pulmonary artery. It is more superior. If you say pulmonary artery is more superior, this is the left lung. What did you say? What was the arrangement? I told you that there is the artery and then there's a bronchus and then there's a vein. Oh, so superior to inferior, there is artery and then the bronchus and vein. Actually, we remember it by a mnemonic. Used to remember it by a mnemonic. We used to remember superior to inferior. It is Atal Bihari Vajpayee. Atal Bihari Vajpayee. Oh, some mnemonic has come now, ultimately. Yeah, you can use it. Atal Bihari Vajpayee, superior to inferior. You mean to say artery is more superior? Yes. And the bronchus is in the middle? Yes. And then vein is inferior? Yes. Which vein? This inferior pulmonary vein here. Okay, right. Is it the same story on the right lung also? Yeah, but there is one difference. Actually, the bronchus has already divided because right bronchus is short length. So because right bronchus is short length, it has already divided? Yes. And since the right bronchus is short length, it has already divided. It is already given a branch, bronchus division above the artery. It is called eparterial bronchus. So this is eparterial bronchus. Yes. So there is one special point for the right lung, that there is one additional bronchus and it is above the artery. Otherwise, the story is same. You mean to say otherwise it was Atal Bihari Vajpayee? Yes, it was like that. But there is one additional thing. What is the additional thing? See, the arrangement is the same as the left lung. It is artery, pulmonary artery, then below that is the bronchus, and below that is the inferior pulmonary vein. But one thing has happened, that there was one eparterial bronchus. Why do we want to know all that? Because there's a question simply asking. Who is the superior most in the hilum of left lung? What is your answer? The superior most in the hilum of left lung, it must be the atal. The atal, what is that? Pulmonary artery. Yes. And who is the superior most in the hilum of the right lung? This time it cannot be atal. So it is eparterial bronchus. There is a bronchus above the atal on the right side. So there is a bronchus above the atal on the right side, means superior most is a bronchus now. Yes, it is called eparterial bronchus. Otherwise, the arrangement is same. Atal Bihari Vajpayee, superior to inferior. This you have to remember. What is the answer then? It is asking most superior and in the left lung. What do you think? If it is left lung, we have the mnemonic Atal Bihari Vajpayee. So what is Atal representing? Atal was representing artery. Which artery? Bronchial. No, not the bronchial. It was pulmonary artery. And what if the question was on the right lung? If this question was on right lung, then I'll change it. Why? What about the right lung? Who is the superiormost? Above atal also there is something. Yeah, what is that? That is actually arterial bronchus. Right lung, it will be bronchus. If it was right lung, then it will be bronchus. Be careful. Arterial bronchus.